I'm sorry. 6:28. Do attendance, please.
Yes. Harry, Ron,
Present,
Eric,
present.
Cindy,
Present.
and then our attorney. Steve, here,
Mhm.
and then Cody and. Who's the other one?
Cody's the only one.
Not here.
And Scotty's not here because we haven't had a phone with him. You said he doesn't want.
Whatever.
If you'd all please stand.
Let's stand one nation. under God,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The accommodation of citizens, since I don't know my time and I didn't learn self-time when I was in kindergarten. Skylar is on his way, but he will be here, so we'll just do that when he gets here. Has everybody looked over the minutes? Oh, that's right there, number 9, we're gonna be moving our minutes to 6 o'clock. Hey. About that. They were voted for it.
you make a motion to approve the
All in favor?
Just so you know, I did not get a copy of the minutes in my packet.
So we'll have to vote in the minutes.
She said she'll go ahead and email them to him right now.
Okay. Eric, Kayla's gonna email those to you right now. Well,
Okay,
while she's doing that, are there any changes or additions to the agenda? Okay,
So under old business, budget workshop. I want to add in, under new business, a torpedo shooter. Under old business, street lock and computer bill. What do you have in the old business?
IMC is a budget workshop. E would be streetlights. And E would be software. We're going to eliminate number A.
So next meeting, I'm a friend. I'm something.
Right? I don't think
That guy's really good.
you didn't get them. So we're going to eliminate A.
Next meeting. Hey.
You do that under new business. Eric, do you have anything?
no, I can just barely hear you guys and the audio is really choppy.
Okay, I'll try to speak up. I'm sorry. Can I have a motion to approve changes to the agenda?
Make sure. Thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
That's the approval for the minutes. We'll start with open employee sick and vacation. Now, Gary came up with something that we cannot put in limit on sick and vacation. Sick and vacation or just vacation? So, so if they start building it, I mean, we can make people take vacation and sick.
Part of it.
Or is that part of it? Yeah, I say we go ahead and just, what are we doing now, Vicky? I'm sorry, can you refresh my memory? How much do you get?
We get 3.08 every time we get paid, that's like twice a month,
Of,
each one,
of each one?
second and third.
So I think the only real issue with it is that it's a big chunk of money all at one time. The resolution for that is to put that money into a trust account and have it set in there so that you're paying it out a little bit at a time. And then when they choose to take it, it's already there. You're not having to figure out how to come up with 250 hours worth of.
Well, if it's used correctly, it should be the same as if it were the 8 hours. Yeah. I think we need to address the taking advances. We need to address that in a future meeting. And because I've never worked anywhere where you can do that.
The trust account was a good idea. The only problem is with your initial funding.
Most of them have used the vast majority of it at this point in time. You still have a couple of that.
So every
Right
year,
now, it wouldn't be that big, but just as it comes in, it goes to the trust account.
so every year they, by the end of the year, you have 80 hours, if not using any, you have 80 sick leave and vacation. I'm good with that. I mean, I think we're fine with that. My issue before was capping.
Right, and that's always been my issue, of kind of telling how they have to use their money. Our problem is how do you come up with that at one time, if they decide to cash out?
Yeah.
If you continually put it into that trust account over time, then you're stacking it away so you don't have to worry.
Well, how would you do it? Would you make a deposit statement for that? Just
Absolutely.
and what timelines you have on that?
Every pay, just
Every
go
day.
ahead, put it to that account.
So do we need to start a new account?
You wouldn't necessarily have to do it. You can, you can have it separated with one of your accounts. You can have it as part of the ledger.
So I think you hold the entire account. So if it can be there. It will be. Well, I think it needs a separate account.
It's not, you need it right.
It's right, no better time than first of the year.
I agree with that.
would that be a separate account for each employee?
No,
No.
just
No.
one account for all of it.
And how much do you guys think we should put in that account? Are we-
Whatever
That would be.
how is valuable.
You're talking 6 hours machine per day. Per month.
That's That's a lot of cash.
Which is why you don't want to have to come up with things over it all at once.
But anyway, you do it this way, don't, just pay check. You can put a speed of each step.
Toilet in place. And you do have
They're like 8 or 9.
So let's say 10. This is 16 times 10. $61. Oh, that's
60 hours.
51.
And then it goes out to show by what their pay is.
Right.
And here's the only thing I can think of, if someone gets a raise, you wouldn't have put enough in that account. if you-
Right. But that's
But it'll offset,
small
it'll
amounts
offset, yeah.
versus the entirety. The real headache for you would be when you paid out vacation or sick pay. It would be from that. account.
Mhm.
We're looking at roughly between 1,000 each. I am all on board for that, except that we've got these bills that have to be paid. So do we want to? You know, we've got our taxes are coming up and that's $1,800 a month we have to pay. On top of what we're already paying. The IRS is gonna want their. Can I work on it, get back to you next meeting? I mean, I'm good with the hours that we're giving. So. I just need to figure out how we're gonna come up with the money for the bus. And I'll work with you and we'll chat. And that will be on the next. The next agenda. Is where the money's gonna come from. Do we have anything else for sick and vacation? Anybody have anything else to add? No? Okay, budget workshop, we've got to have a budget workshop. I'm gonna be gone Friday. And so. I could do Saturday afternoon,
Mhm,
I can do,
mhm. So,
any day that's better for you. Eric, any day that's better for you? You come in for a budget workshop, any day that's better for you? In the evening?
Yeah. It don't matter to me. Whatever you guys work out, I can be there.
We'll try for Saturday night, Saturday at 5.
That this coming Saturday?
Yes, the 18th. Okay. Streetlights.
Okay, so our street lights run about $1,000, maybe a little bit over a month, over about a month. I didn't know, I know a lot of people said that they'd be willing to help the town out by coming up with some kind of solution. I didn't know if people would be interested, maybe leave a street light on at the end of each block and then purchase like spotlights They do have solar ones. And then send our maintenance out to install them for the people. Don't charge them anything as like a thank you for helping out the town, at least until we get back on our feet. It's a lot.
Well, I think you called me the other day. I don't understand why our streetlights are so much. Did I call Manzanola? Manzanola's streetlights are only like $300 a month. Fowler's are less than 8, and I know they have more streetlights than we do. And Rocky Ford, they have a ton more than we do, and theirs is only like $1,800.
They said it's because of the old lights. They would have to replace the actual whole entire light post. And they said it's gonna be really expensive too, for us. It would be a cost that we have to incur.
And
So
are they supposed to
Brian,
replace them as they go out?
well, I didn't handle it. It was Brian Larson when he was on the board. And they were supposed to just charge us what the LED pricing would be, because they said they can't replace them with LED lights, the old light posts. That's all I really know about it.
I got a question.
Yes,
The 42 streetlights that aren't functioning correctly, why don't they just come in and replace them?
well, Vicky said they told her it would be really expensive for us.
But the streetlights belong to them. We're just paying for the use of them.
That's what I think. What is that?
Those streetlights do not belong to the town as far as I know.
I think I actually have the number for that lady, because when Brian was in the last time,
This is
he had given me the number he was using.
the number I have is for the one that I gave to Tina. John Behill. Oh, I'm writing it down. 2218. Can you give him a call tomorrow and see what he says?
Mhm.
And and tell him what Eric says, that we're just paying for the usage of them. They're not technically you can't put anything on their pole. They get kind of sideways when you touch their pole, so if they want their poles, if they're ours, then we're gonna do what we want with them.
What I understand, they offer to switch them to LED pass and the town turns them down.
Why did you do that?
They like, well, I have no, that's just what I was told. I mean, it's no sense to
So
me,
that still
but
might be a possibility.
it still could be a possibility.
Okay, so this is for you. Yeah.
There again, if we are going to end up having to pay for the lights to be replaced, we need to think about putting that in the budget where we can do so many lights a year, depending on what they cost. And I would make a suggestion to put up solar lights instead of running off of their power.
There you go.
And I can get us a quote for solar lights too.
Idea.
But we're gonna have to put up pole. Yeah, but we might have to put up pole anyway, we're gonna pay for it.
Well, no, is what would probably take place is the power company would let us lease the poles for $2 or $3 a month per pole, possibly.
Ask him about that too. Vicky.
Okay.
If we decide to go a different route, if we can use the pole. Yeah, because I just thought that was terrible. So we'll get back, are we having another meeting this month?
No, I believe this would be the second one.
Let's talk about software. We got new software at work and I don't like it. So I've got a terrible taste in my mouth for software right now, but The waterworks, I think, would be perfect for us. That way we could move all of our water. People into that, leave all of the trash people in Casella right now. Until we figure out how to do it. Cody says that Rocky Ford is not running on waterworks, but I could have sworn that that's what they told me they were running. So I would like for Vicky to go in and look at a couple of different, look at Redline, look at Waterworks. UV Max is now called G Works. Let me write them down for you.
Yeah, if you could. I'm sorry.
These are the cheaper ones. They're not as expensive.
Okay.
There's Redline, G Works. Waterworks. Because some of them might not fit what we need.
Okay.
I know that the cell is just concerned. Anything else, Jared?
No, that's good. Other than I have seen good report and the county about it. So,
Did everybody go to the cell? I know they were going.
that they were pondering it, but I don't know.
I knew they did get the program because we had talked to me and Karen and stuff, and they're trying to move everything over. They're not rushing it, they're taking their time.
The only thing is if we go to one of these systems, we have to have a bookkeeping system go with it. Which I'm all about QuickBooks because it's easy. And anybody can pick up on it, but if we already have everything in Excel. Works right and works properly, you know, but it is just so expensive.
It does seem like it's starting to get better now that the appropriate dials and, you know, things are getting, yeah, corrected.
But it's still expensive.
Very expensive. It's like $8,000 a year.
We did get a credit, so it's like, they gave us a credit, I got an invoice in, it's like under 8,000, it's like 700 or 7,000 something, but they said that, you know, they would be able to work with us and so much every month.
Mention again, that if we had the county ledger, it would not matter how good the software is. We would still have our information.
I'm gonna start coming in tonight and I got stuff.
That you got that,
It's, yes, but, if it's all on paper, then whatever happens. you
I
can
am all
always
about
refer
going back to the
it.
book with the paper that you just write it down, how what you have.
And the
I-
county ledger.
Uh-huh. And if you make a mistake, you can go back and find your mistake. I'm all about that.
I know we have to have it in computer programming to build, but it is too easy to lose information.
Yes, it
And it's all wrote down somewhere, we just go back to it. It's not your big ahead. So you definitely have to keep it on paper and then go to the computer.
I,
are you prepared?
well, like I
I
said,
cannot read.
he does a lot of work.
That's good.
So,
Hop on in my station.
well, and Vicky and I kind of talked about it Friday. I'll start coming in and trying to help her. get things.
It's the beginning of the year,
We've got to get,
right now is the perfect time,
get something started.
start keeping it straight.
I agree.
Written out a lot of reports and stuff and labeling them, so we can just go grab the reports. And do things like that, so it's a little bit easier.
If you know where stuff is, or you know you have it, or access to it, it's so much easier.
This fast.
I pushed one button today and printed out all of them.
Don't work.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, if you know how to run, I've never seen what I did.
Or it crashes, or, I mean.
You still got to back up.
And their support is really good. Yeah, really good level of support. So if she can check on that, then we'll go back and address that again. Before we go any further, what these are is a lot of things get lost. I know I apparently lose a lot of things. So what we do, what I'm gonna start doing is like Vicki, I want her to do these things just to help her out. I wrote down what I want her to do. And then I'll give this to her. I'll make a copy of this, so I have a copy. And give this to her so she can go back through, just in case she misses something. Sometimes there's a lot going on. And she can go red line, G works, waterworks, look and see what might work for us, so that she knows what she needs to do. John Beagle's phone number's on this, he's Black Hills Streetlight, she knows she needs to do that. So we're gonna start doing this, like if I say, you know, if Rob's not here, I can say, Rob, I need you to do blah, blah, blah. And the next morning, you'll get one of these after the meeting. And then that way, it doesn't get lost in the translation, because, I mean, there's a lot going on sometimes that we just don't get it all to our employees. That's one thing, we've got to have better communication. So that's a communication. This list, did you get one of these? Yeah. Oh, sorry. These are things that we need to talk about tonight or in the future soon. These are things that we keep putting off and putting off and putting off, and we've got to get some stuff done. We're just going in circles. We're not getting anything done. So I don't know if you want to address this under my report, or I think that would be the easiest under my report. We can start addressing some of these things. So, okay. Skylar here. We're gonna wait for Brandon. Brandon's on his way. Never mind, Brandon's here. Okay, so Brandon, can you come here, please? I need a couple signatures from you. We're gonna go back to the top. Skylar, you wanna come up here? I don't know if any of you know, but Skylar, and I'm probably gonna cry because I'm so happy that you were here. Christmas Eve, we had all had dinner here together, and Skylar and his mom had joined us. And when they left, on the way home, Skylar told Robin, he said, something doesn't look right with that house over there. And she's, you know, she said, okay, and he said, I'm gonna walk down there and I'm gonna look. When he got back down the street, this gentleman's house was on fire. And this gentleman has a touch of dementia, and he was kind of struggling, and Skylar, realizing the danger he was in, called for help and started banging on the side of the house and trying to get him out the door. Finally got him to the door, but he wasn't quite gonna go with Skylar. He really didn't want to go. And so Skylar spent, I would say, probably 5 or 10 minutes there by himself trying to convince this man to come out of his house because his house was on fire. And by that time, a couple other people had showed up and realized that Crystal and David take care of this man. So they had called David, and David was on his way, but Skylar at least had him to the point that he could get him out of his house, and he had called for help. When David got to the house, of course, Gary was already out of the house. Skylar had him out. And David asked where his dogs were, and he goes, in the house. Not even thinking about their own safety. Skylar and David went into a burning house full of smoke and saved this man's dogs. So anyway, we are giving you an observant award. We appreciate it. You saved a community member, well, 3 community members for us. And we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Brandon will give you the award. David is not here. David has had a terrible week, so I told him that I would bring it to his.
Okay.
So, but if Robin, if you can get me a picture of that and send it to me. So, or send it to Larissa and she can get it to me. If you can get a picture of Brandon.
Why don't you guys sign in?
I don't like him.
It's just in the right place.
It should have been a being in the right place at the right time award. So, and I don't know whether it was police observation or personal observation or what made him go back and look, but I'm so glad he did because it could have been very tragic. So, thank you, Skylar.
Yeah.
And like I say, I will take David's award to him because it's had a long weekend. And David never even gave it a second thought before he went back in the house and I just followed him in. I was, hey, burning house, let's all go in. So, but we appreciate that for good safety. Thank you, guys. Okay. So do you have your minutes yet, Eric?
Yes,
Can we go back in? Okay, can I have a motion again to approve the minutes of the December 18th minute? Okay. All in favor?
I,
So moving on to new business. We need to have a hearing for trustee for Scott. Does he have to be here?
It's his choice to attend or not.
He said no, so. He doesn't want to attend, he doesn't want to be here, he just. Come up here. So he'll come up here, water bill. So what do you want?
Set a date for the hearing,
Okay,
and then we have to notify him that,
so our next meeting is. February 5th,
Yes.
so we will set the hearing for February 5th. And I'll talk to him and see if he wants to come, he might. Yeah.
you could tell him he could do it through Zoom.
Oh, okay. He might do it, or if he just send a resignation letter, that would take care of the whole problem. I do have a resignation from Peanut. He did text me. So. So he thinks he did.
He did turn a photocopy into.
Oh, did he? So that will be February 5th. Purchase of a new sump pump. Out here. And you said less than,
It'd be less than it, me and Gary discussed, it's probably gonna be less than $200.
and this is for the tank.
This is for the vault, the foot of the tank. And it also included, we're gonna need to get some DFIs. So that we're not dragging a generator over there every day to pump them out or have it often when we pump them out. When the tank flooded the 2 vaults, it vaulted those DFIs. I'm gonna have to refigure all. The electrical part of it's not gonna be a big deal.
And all of it's gonna be less than. $300.
That's a great.
Do we not need a certified electrician to take care of that, to be legal as far as a municipality?
I don't know. Do we have to have one finance?
Just to replace the GFIs in the outlet? I don't think so.
No, I'm not getting in a box, it's just a. Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
Put fiber wiring and everything, put new GFIs in there and then it was.
Yeah.
Other than the outlet themselves. it
Right.
would be done.
All right, so if I have a motion to approve, do we need to order?
Right.
Or can we go pick it up?
I think I'll just go get it.
What was the price on something?
Less than 300, and that includes the GFI.
Before we make a motion, I would like to include the torpedo heater
Okay,
together with it.
okay, let's do that.
Torpedo heater. We need it to warm up truck. When they really do, it's supposed to be 6 4 or something on the morning. We borrowed 50 husband last winter for the worst of it, but, we moved on. They got block warmers, but
It's just too cold.
it's not enough. It down to about 10, we're good.
I understand.
How much are we looking at?
I was over a big old looking earlier today, about $270 before tax.
We should move on those anyway. No. Those won't take us long, as long as we got good rock meters on them to get it done.
Right, a few minutes under each one,
Right.
and they're up and running.
Right.
Without it, definitely.
Okay, so that's about, oh, we'll say 300. So we,
You're talking a diesel or propane. Which one?
Diesel or kerosene. They'll run either or.
can you get kerosene?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dual fuel, they'll run off the.
Okay. So let's make that motion. I need a motion to approve the pump with the GFIs and the heater. And we'll just pick them all up at the same time. If we approve it.
It's so moved.
I make a motion.
So put a limit to that.
$600 limit. I think that should be more than we need. Okay, all in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed?
Now on that sump pump that needs to be replaced. I was looking online the other day. I can get one through Amazon or eBay for under $100.
Is, what is that for? Is that for the one yours?
Yeah, for the one that got burned up. Cause it's just a plain Jane pump. There ain't nothing special about it. It don't have to have a float or anything on it to kick it on and shut it off.
So it needs a float.
Needs a float.
It absolutely needs a float, so we don't have to sit there and attend it. It can just run.
No, I'm talking about the one that was mine that got burned up. It didn't have no float on it.
You can replace it.
The one we put in.
Yes. But we have to replace the one that.
Yes. Can you bring it down and have Kayla order it for you? Show her what you want?
Yeah, I can go down there and show them the kind
Okay.
that I had to begin with. They're like 50, 60, 70 bucks. It's not that expensive. It's nothing special.
Okay,
It- Basically, it's not a sump pump, it's a submergible pump. That makes the difference.
so he'll be coming in, Kayla.
Do you want to make a motion for this?
Yes, I need a motion to. You will make a motion?
No.
Okay, I need a motion to replace Eric's pump.
That is Aiden.
Gary,
Second,
and John second. Eric, I'm gonna ask you to abstain since it's for you.
yeah, the one is for me.
Um,
Uh,
But we have to ask him to abstain, right?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, well, and, yeah,
so
okay,
We'll take it.
I abstain from voting on my pump.
yeah,
But the other pumps for the pits, I vote on.
yes.
So the thing of seeing, we don't have.
So we don't have a quorum to vote to approve yours yet. So we'll have to wait till Cody's here.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
That works.
okay. Moving on. Clerk's report.
Okay, I have Rob down first if we wanted to.
Yes, we get covered what?
Rob has a report,
Oh,
so I have him first.
oh, okay.
So since I started, we haven't had much understanding. I myself personally haven't had much understanding about the lagoon sewer system. Dominic from Colorado Water was supposed to come down this week, but he has things come up. Second week of February. And what I can do out there, make sure that it's not super overflowing. We're having an issue with sewer over here. For Bowers, back there 117.
Did we ever put ordinance in there?
No, it doesn't need.
It's supposed to be self-sufficient.
Right, unless you have a problem, you don't need to. If you have places putting a lot of chemicals in their sewage that will kill bacteria, then you do replace that, but our existing, it's self-sufficient in that respect.
So there's a few valves out there that are, what will say it's rusty. And
That's a great word.
those are what allow the bottom end lagoons to go to the top end so that you can cut.
Okay,
So he's supposed to come out and help with that. It's gonna be this week, but it's gonna have to be the second week of February.
and he is coming, all right?
Yes, I talked to him today. He said he had some dates come up. It'll have to be.
Okay.
The second week. Tree pit. We burnt the tree pit.
I know, I have heart attack.
So somebody's been allowing metal, dirt, not tree pit material. That's not acceptable.
So this is why in the past, everybody escorted in when they dumped in that tree pit, because every time you turn your back, it's like trash or mattress or something.
So I drove 6 mattresses, 4 box springs, 2,
You have those.
probably 2 whole big piles of pallets out there with nails in them. And then there was, after I burnt, I found an obscene amount of metal. That's not acceptable. It cost me $195 just to put a tire on the back of it because there was metal.
So I,
Did go get a Mac. They clean that up.
And once I clean it up, I'm going to sink the tree pit down into the ground, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that people aren't putting
so I,
unnecessary items.
can we move it to where?
That's the way it used to be. It's the way it
Yeah.
is now.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
Oh,
Well,
there's a few people that have
there's-
keys of
I,
restaurants.
so all the trash guys, they all got key, with all their dumpsters. I don't know if maybe we could put some posts in the ground and throw some fence up right in front of the tree pit, lock it. Because I'm not digging that much metal and junk out of there at all.
It's in the
I think they ought to be Esper again, if they're not, like they used to be.
Okay, so I'm going to tell Steven.
If we could eliminate the trash guys to having Steven having a key, maybe that would help.
So only Steven has a key?
Well, no, I'm sure that other people have a key,
Well, I mean,
because,
so we
all
make
their-
it to where only Steven has a key?
and I know that's gonna make it more hassle, but what else can we do?
Put a camera up there and send them a bill. Every time that those kids in there, we had to dig out, send them a bill for the time that we had to spend digging it out.
So let's say, okay. Anytime he's talked to about his trash in place.
Well, and I'm not saying
And we
it's
don't
not,
necessarily know it's them, but we're just gonna
Right,
put
it's
them on,
not,
let them know.
You can go by there on Monday morning sometimes and they'll be back to trash throw
Yeah, they
out
just throw them over there.
it's right over.
right over the fence.
Would it make, and it might not make any sense to put a sign on that gate saying what you can do, what you. Huh?
They don't care what they're gonna do. I mean, if they're
But still.
allowed to do it, they're gonna do it.
Then the only other option is you have to go with them to.
Like I said, I think that personally I could take the little grid tractor down there with the auger and I could put some cedar posts in the ground and fence it off.
Well, if they have free reign and they're just gonna dump anywhere they want.
Dump it over the side or.
So I'll, have Steven talk with his employees if they cannot dump unless you were telling them.
And so a couple times I've had people come in and request access to the tree pit after hours.
Yeah, it needs to be done.
That's not, yeah, I'm not. I work enough hours the way it is. I got 20 minutes in between work and coming to the meeting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it needs to be during. And if it's holiday, it's a holiday, we're closed. I mean, I'm sorry. But, and then let's post a sign. This tree dump is only free Monday through Friday.
there's
I
one
think
out there.
It's actually 8 to 3.
8 to 3.
Yeah.
And so I had an issue where somebody just drove up to the gate and just threw the stuff on the ground in front of the gate. So I had to sign up that says this is not a drop off.
And if you find out who it is, we can give them a ticket for illegal dumping.
I found bags of concrete in there.
Yeah,
And
that is-
so I was there all morning until 7 o'clock. Terry was the one who pushed it up.
Mhm.
So what he found, I don't know. But the tires didn't get popped, so he didn't find anything metal in the tires. So yeah, that's what I got on Tree Pit. I almost kind of vote for blocking the actual pit off, because I'm gonna sink the pit into the ground about 4 feet. Because it got so full that I was almost afraid of it. It was way too full. And if we were a little further down into the ground.
Okay.
Okay, and lastly is the the hydrant. Yeah. That's on my, that's not, you guys don't have it. Copy.
No, I did get it.
No, we
You guys
don't.
all have copies? Um,
Well,
I mean, you guys all see what,
on that note, Ron was in the service of the town. I would suggest as long as he pays for all the parts that was required to fix it, that should be what's necessary.
The only question I have on that mainly is it's called the shop part for $270. What was that part? What's the name-
so I'm gonna say
What's
that
the
was,
proper name of that?
that was probably the Ranger fitting. You remember the Ranger fitting that you guys came up there and got out of the shop?
Right. And I was
Um,
under the impression that that'd probably be a temporary deal to stop the water for you. And you'd put a compression fitting on that instead of a $270 brass fitting.
well, so the Ranger fitting is, how much are they? Those are $150, right?
This is 270.
Yeah. We'll get into that one. So the Ranger fitting that was used down there was not supposed to be. Then we had tape, glue, rock, sand, bricks.
I furnished the tape. I didn't first, yeah, I did first the tape, but first the glue and.
Well, I had to take that hydrant back out, remember? I had to take that hydrant back out and I have the plunger off of that hydrant.
Right, and you got the rock in this county, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where I got.
That was what was,
Would this be what the fitting is?
it's a Ranger fitting.
One.
Maybe. And this one had to show off.
You know, that 270 that I've got versus $25 for compression, it's quite a bit different in price.
Did you cost her something?
No, I didn't.
No, we were paying.
I just
I
want to
have
get it
no
resolved
problem
so
at
that
all.
we're not having.
I
issues.
have no problem at all scratching the holes with the hydrant. And everybody, it's my responsibility. Okay. And
But I lost a whole day because you brought me a used part and I had to go over there. and take
I
that
lost
back
several
out.
days picking up 2 hydrants and taking them back. I had a hydrant sitting here before you left La Junta when you got that hydrant. And Vicki told me that you got a hydrant. So I go back and take that one back. 2 separate Merrill hydrants, the same hydrant that was in there, a 3-foot Berry hydrant. 2 separate ones, so you know, I lost my time too.
And then, oh, I was the hydrant out of the ground when we finished the first one. It was,
It was a 3-foot Berry hydrant.
right, but it only stuck the pipe in the ground.
Right, but that's what
Further
was
down.
there. No, it was, all the water lines are 3 feet.
That water line wasn't 3 feet.
It was.
Because the one that came out of it was smaller and
I
you
took
took
that
it.
hydrant and rebuilt it, okay? And when I brought it to you, it was rebuilt. Now, what I did was I rebuilt it, I pressure tested it, and everything was fine. When you rebuild a hydrant and then you put it in, you don't adjust 2 little nuts on top of.
I didn't do anything to the hydrant.
I know,
You said that it was fine.
that's apparent to me, but I'm not gonna argue with you. I was on my way and got a new hydrant.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you over a hydrant.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that's the story there on that one. And so I had parts in that one too, that mysteriously disappeared. Never died.
Well, I have a question for you. Are you happy with what's there now?
I'm not happy that the entire thing happened at all.
Well, and
No,
I
it's
agree.
That, and, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this point, but, I was actually quite surprised. Ron came to my house the other day and asked me if, I had put in with my personal home insurance to put in a claim to have the hydrant replaced.
Mm.
And I told her no, that I had not, and I had no intention of it because that would probably raise, like all insurance, raise my insurance rates. And it wasn't anything to do with what I did, it was the fact that Ron ran over my hydrant. And, he has been back on my property, on at least one other occasion without letting me know that he was there. I wouldn't have known it except my security camera picked up, him, on that. And, because he tell me that it hadn't been done right. I would like to put in a note that, please, if somebody needs to come on my property, I would like to have a notification of that, so that people aren't just, I mean, I understand meter reading and all that, but, I just don't like, I don't like people wandering around my place without, letting me know.
I am going to call Thursday.
Okay. Can I say something? Ma'am,
Sorry.
when Eric and I were out there looking at your hydrant, work being done on it, I told you that I was gonna buy a hydrant. And you told me that, no, I'm gonna turn it into my insurance.
No,
Eric was there, we both heard it.
why would I?
And
if I
at the
did?
time, I couldn't figure out why in the world would you want to do that?
Well, I'm sorry.
But it doesn't matter because I told everybody, even Rob knew that I was buying them.
Honestly, I don't remember that, but I have been very physically ill.
That's fine.
And I don't remember, I do not know why I would have said
I
that.
don't either.
And I do know that, I came out because I saw you driving around on my place.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit in shock to just have you
Well,
kind of.
you know,
but
if I
okay,
was
okay,
there
I don't want to argue with you.
and I didn't let you know, I'm sorry about that. I was looking at the hydrant. I was looking for the hydrant. In fact, the one that you said was put out by the other one. And that's probably the time you're talking about. Okay, the first time I was there and with Rob was checking the meter. And I don't think we talked to her then, did we? No,
I don't know the number of
No,
times
we did.
you've been
No, when they
out.
got hit the day you.
but I couldn't figure out, you know, I don't care. It's water under the bridge to me. But my intentions all along was to buy that hydrant and the parts to put it in. And it still is.
And like I said the other day when you were at my door asking me,
Mm-hmm.
I said, that is between you and the city.
That's correct.
And, you know, I wasn't involved with it. I didn't do it. And so I figured I'd just let you guys figure it out.
That's fine. Thank you.
So. What part of the bill? Let's hash this out right here.
Well, you know, we put it around, Gary's put it around. Digging them up my hand was a 3-hour job, 4 hours sometimes if you run into a problem. The valve that's on here for $694, I paid you for that.
I purchased that valve myself for sure.
But why is it on here? Okay. Now I have a problem, a little bit of a problem with the amount of tobacco.
That's what is on we have a rental fee for the
town's
backhoe, and that's
fees,
how
that
much.
was that.
Right, but we need to check the search and see what this says. But the valve for sure will come. Okay. When you took the other hydrant out, did you cut the brass nipple in two instead of the PVC? What happened to the nipple, the brass nipple that was there? That was a new one.
Was it one you put on there?
It was a new one, yeah.
Then it was on the end of that set.
When it was a brand new nipple, you could use that.
Okay, so it was on the hydrant. I just went and purchased new parts when I did it.
That
because
was
the
a-
one that you brought was remanufactured. It wasn't brand.
No, I'm talking about the nipple, the brass nipple. $13 for the brass.
It was attached to the hydrant.
That was a brand
They
new
used
nipple. It was on the hydrant that I bought one time. And I'm still amazed at the $207 brass. I thought maybe I was mistaken. Okay. Maybe there's some miscommunication between us. I thought that was the brass valve you put on was to stop the water was flowing into what you had dug up.
That was brilliant.
Right.
And actually,
And so
no,
that's-
I didn't get that. You and Terry.
You were with us when Terry and I.
No,
We all
no,
went
we
this
have a
way together.
video recording of you pulling up here and going into the office. You have that.
With Terry doing.
You and
I didn't even know what it was.
You and Terry, yes, I wasn't with you.
Okay, but anyway. That $270 part, that wasn't even for that. I didn't figure it would stay in the ground, that you would put a compression coupler on that and hook up,
My understanding of it was you were gonna go to OBS and get parked.
right? And I would have.
You
You
did.
told me that's what you wanted. I didn't tell you to go get the brass valve and you did that.
I had to get the proper parts to put it back together.
There wasn't a brass valve there to begin. with. I mean, there wasn't a PVC valve there to begin. with. I'm not all against it.
No,
That's great.
I glued that valve on so that she could have water. I didn't think that she needed to be out of water.
I
for
agree with
24
that. I'm not
hours.
arguing that. The point I'm making is that you could have put the PVC valve on a piece of PVC pipe, opened the valve, either glued it on with the rain and shine glue, or put a compression, $25 PVC compression valve on it. And I know you know what those are. You help Gary go in and up the part. And it'll all be done. Rather than leave a $270 brass fitting in the ground that doesn't belong as part of the plumbing.
It should have been purchased from OBS initially, as soon as we went over there and dug the hydrant up. You should have brought that to me,
I told you anything you needed.
and then you went here and got that.
No,
I'm not talking about it. I hope you guys have.
well, we need to talk because we want to resolve the bill.
Let me call the second.
Another two.
But I might be able to get some advice from. Let me see if they'll give me advice first. You have no problem paying the price, I understand.
Except the $230 value. Need to be in the ground.
I'm stumped. What is the $270?
Gary, what is it?
It's a Ryan roofing,
It's the one that Gary got on. He said, this is what we need to stop the water.
it's designed to look different on the top together with bars. Very expensive.
Yeah, very.
No. What things, but very expensive.
I mean, common sense, you or I wouldn't have put that in the ground.
So. Okay, so tell me on your list.
Hmm.
What have you already approved?
I will pay for the hydrant.
Which is 130.
I've already paid for the PVC valve, all valve. And the rest of it, there's no way it can be built.
It's 146. Let's get me the 146.98. And I will call Cersei and see what she wants to do. So is it in working condition for you? Is everything, it doesn't work?
My water is still leaking.
We need to sit down, actually, I'm gonna should get-
Where's Vicky at?
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay. Can you go back over and see if we can figure out where?
Hmm.
Well,
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
Bob over to see.
Rob can come on my property. Rob can come on my property anytime.
Okay. I'm gonna send him back over to see if he can fix that leak for you and get it fixed. What is that? I'm sorry.
Well. The bear had it put there with the regional mineral area. Which is a better way, $69. That's what I would do for the hike. I don't care about the other. But they're the better way.
For 146.
169.
Like you say, I'll call first and see if we're good. Okay. All right, Vicky?
Great, so, I'm gonna send two of these around. They're the same copy. It's for, IRA and IIJA in Colorado. I didn't really get to look at it, but I thought it might be something that you guys or someone should review. There's different things like sustainability, environment and energy. It looks like there's like applications. I don't know that they're grants. I'm not really sure, but, and I know we can't really do grants with our audits not being done yet, but there are webinars coming up. So I just wanted you guys to see that those are occurring. If somebody wanted to go on, I can give them that information and sign them up. The next one is the PFAS grant quarterly invoice reminder. Here's another one.
And I think we didn't apply for this last time, it's maybe qualified for it,
Okay,
because we don't have any people.
okay. The next one that's coming around is approved mill levy certification.
That I'm working on.
Okay, and I gave you a copy of the mill levy public
Yeah,
information.
it's a new page we have to fill out.
Yeah, and I have the original, these are all copies, I didn't want to lose it, so,
I'm working on.
okay. The next thing that's coming around is, who will be Sugar City's local business person 2025? This is. The only one I could think of was, Jeff Miller. You know, because he has helped us out, but we can, it's, the contest is live. It says you have 10 votes to cast, nominate peers who most uplifted your business or your local business community this year. So I wanted to show you guys that in case that was something you wanted to look into. Okay. The next one, and they're the same thing, but this is, somebody sent us this, he keeps emailing me, so I told him I would print it out and pass it on to you guys at this meeting. It says they do customer service, virtual receptionist, order taking and tech support, and a lot of other things they didn't list. I'm not saying that we can even afford this, but I told them I would pass it on to you guys. So That is what I'm doing.
We
Um,
don't need a virtual session. We have a real one.
civil asset forfeiture
It's
report
done.
publication notice.
It's done.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you that they did say that it was published,
Yes.
so I just wanted to send that around.
Yay.
There's something keeps coming in for closed landfill remediation grant program. January 15th, advisory committee meeting notification. I know it's today, it was today, but I don't know what that means, and I know we used to have a landfill. I also have, we got in the franchising tax for electric from January 2024 through December of 2024. It was $7,602.55. I have a check written out for them because I figured it's in, it's out.
Fire
But I wanted to show you that I did.
That makes me extremely happy. Thank you so much.
Well,
Yeah,
Yay.
the next one is SVS. Their prices are going up. I'm trying to think, I know the initials, I'm just not sure exactly what this is for. I want to say, is this where we get our Maureen? Okay, so they're going up, so I wanted to let you guys know that. But I'll tell you what, they're really, they can tell us when they're gonna deliver, as long as we have it in within the time frame that their guys go out. I think like it's always around the 15th of the month that they deliver within that week. I think this time they're gonna deliver next week, but they, they're pretty good, so we've been using that. Yeah, they are so much cheaper. They even give us money back for the barrels that we return. They pick it up every time they deliver another one. So we've been using that. The next one that's going around is McGuire Construction Maintenance. This may have, it's for our water tank.
Yep.
This may have helped us when our water tank was down because they do things for the winter. I'm just not sure exactly what they do. I didn't really get a chance to read it. But he does have emergency services, so I just wanted to.
Are they
let you guys
still
know that.
in the? Around 13,000? I'm sure they are.
Yeah, it is. It is in South Dakota, but they're willing to travel, I think, for emergency things. And I'll keep it on file that way, should something happen and we need to utilize somebody and they might be our last resort. The next thing that's going around is Welcome to Ferguson Waterworks. So this is, I believe it's am I right? One of our companies that deals with Neptune turned it over to their company for Neptune. And they said that there's like dues that are due at the beginning of June. Core & Main. It was Core & Main turned it over to Ferguson Waterworks. They're going to be doing, they said it's real easy for us to get in touch with them for any type of help that we would need for the Neptune. They're pretty much, yes, it's something like $1,000 some odd. I said I would pass it on, but I know they're not even interested in using, they're just reading them and it's actually going pretty well.
so.
No,
Software or.
we've had a problem with, no. Main could fix it either to Neptune, so, no.
And that's it for my report.
Thank you. Was I gonna try to see? Okay, I'll get you that.
Yeah, I didn't know they did either, so, but I'll let him know. There's an application if they want us to fill out if we're going with them, but I won't bother. I didn't even put it in there.
Yeah, we've got two readers. Okay. Public comment. Who's up public comment? You can just tell me.
I'll get them.
It's like,
Oh, you got it?
Yes, yeah. You don't have to stand up, you can say.
Yeah, that's okay. I appreciate you letting talk to you. All I'm asking is that because all this bit with the hydrant and it's gotten really complicated and it's things I don't know how.
Okay.
All I know is that because of what's been going on, I've been having a higher water bill because it's been leaking. And it wouldn't be normally leaking. So I'd like to ask if I can have my water bill gone back to what it normally is, which I normally have just a bare minimum. And this last month it was more, and I know it's gonna be more this coming month, but I'd like to put in a request that I get that kind of just put back to normal again.
I will have Vicky look at it and then she can call you and discuss it with you.
Okay.
And we'll do that. Is that okay?
That's fine. Thank you, I appreciate it. Kim, did you?
Yeah, I do. I have a list, but. When you guys first took office as council, y'all had agreed that we were going to do a few things. One of them was going to be microphones. And y'all had them for about 2 or 3 meetings. And
Do we have it at all?
I don't know what
Yes, you
happened,
told me you would be buying the Palmer. You told me that.
but
No, you.
that plan completely led. So that's note 1. Note 2, we had a big discussion about transparency and how transparent specifically you, Ms. Bartley, were going to be. And how you supported the meetings being open and to the public and being on Zoom. And then we had the Facebook, and then y'all did the Zoom. So now I'm hearing that we're not gonna have Zoom.
Nope.
And why?
Because I don't feel like I should be attacked during meetings. And my board members don't.
You're supposed to be completely available to these citizens. That is what you
I am
promised.
available.
I
to the
have it on
city-
video.
I am available to the citizens of this community, not to the citizens of every other. community.
And you couldn't even make it to this meeting on time tonight.
Well, I'm sorry, we changed the meeting time and
Not
I
my problem. You
apologized.
changed the meeting.
And I apologized and I said I was sorry.
Okay, well, this
But
is
we
my
are not
time,
going
so
back to
let's
Zoom.
talk.
It is not a CRS,
This is
so.
my time. Those need to be made available to the public
And you-
without cost.
You can do it.
I am not paying for a hard drive. It will be provided to me for free. And I will give you the choice. You can record them and provide them, or I can record them and provide them. Now, all I'm asking is for some transparency. I want to know what's going on in the meetings, and so do other people.
Well, then come. Nobody's
See,
stopping.
your argument to the judge was that my husband shouldn't be able to come to the meeting, and I do have this letter. So please
Yes.
rephrase that my
Well, I
husband
didn't
should not come to the meeting because he can watch it online. That's why Mr. Eric Roberts isn't here. So make up your mind. You don't get to write letters to the judge without the attorney and then back talk on here. No, ma'am.
With
This is
this,
my 3 minutes.
I can watch them on video,
I can
or I
bring
can
it.
be here.
And then
You
I'll
want
put it on
Eric
YouTube
here?
for
One
everybody.
of you at a time.
Let's
please.
start here then. I have asked for other members of employees and council members to not come on my property too. Now I'm hearing another resident who doesn't want another council member. Now you told me that the mail wouldn't sort it and serve us a letter. I don't think that's true. I think you don't want to pay the mail to sort the mail. So I don't care what you guys need to do, but stop coming on our property. We don't want you there. Period. If we say do not come on my
Our
property,
net, our,
do not come on my property.
What letter?
he's referring to, all right, several of my neighbors, not ourselves, have received tickets this year. They apparently found out after the court hearing was over, when they got a phone call saying you missed court.
I asked in the last
The
meeting,
entire
and you
middle
said,
part, yeah,
Cody told me that the post office wouldn't sort them and send them out. Now, I've been told, not my job, your job, or Vicky's job, that the post office will do it, you just need to pay them $67. Not my problem, I don't care. I don't want him or Eric or any council member except Gary on my property, period. So when there's a fight and the police are there and we're back in court again with another council member, again, Miss Carly, then are you gonna address why your council can come on our property that we paid for in full? Yes, ma'am. I will come in here every meeting if you want.
All right.
So I'm gonna stop there. Thank you.
Jenny, did you have anything?
We don't-
You don't like it? Cause I'll be there.
Unfortunately, it isn't very possible. 200 blocks of Iowa, you walk our streets a lot, so you know. It is an absolute, it's between the highway and Gary.
Oh, yes.
It's an absolute war zone along the piece of road. Normally, y'all fill in with gravel, kind of keeps it reasonable. They quit doing that this year. It's gotten bad. I'm tearing up my car.
We have road base, don't we? Down there?
So we had some.
I think they used it filling in Nevada, right?
Just talked to Rob this afternoon about some counties out.
Okay. I'm not here to make a thing of it.
I
I'm
understand.
just, if you would please.
We'll just get a work order made up and
And
get that taken care of.
Well, all of our streets are horrible. That one is bad.
There's no way for me to go to the highway to my house without hitting 2 different roads that are just junk. And I've either got to go all the way around, or I just put a new front end under my car because of that road.
Yeah.
And if one of them potholes broke. Now, I know it pointed to not become y'all's responsibility.
Exactly.
So please, if you would, have your staff just fill in, not even, I don't expect it to be perfect.
Yeah.
But I don't want to break another tie rod.
Okay.
So, do the video thing. 3 years ago, so that there was no more argument about what was going on in here, I asked Nate to start putting it on YouTube. My way to do it. ADA also says that actually, you're supposed to be doing it now, but in July is when it matters, then we get sued. You're supposed to be making those clips available anywhere online. Easy click, one access. You go to Daytona Beach's website, and there's a flawless example of what I wish we would do here. Zoom turned into a circuit. I never agreed with Zoom. Yes, you got beat up on there. I have nothing to do with that. If you don't put the meetings online, I must come in to watch. Therefore, Eric must leave until I think April or something like that. If you will agree, what I asked originally, is that the day after the meeting, you take whatever recording you've already made, and you post them to your own YouTube channel that you control. You can turn the comments off. Then that stuff lives there. There's no more argument about what happened. It lives there forever. It costs you $0. It will take her about 3 minutes to do the typing, and then you let it go, and 20 minutes later, it's done, and you never touch it again. If y'all will agree to that, you will see me a lot less.
Can we have time to speak to our attorney?
Absolutely.
And
Think
then
about it.
We'll have Vicky give you a call and play you a
Okay, you don't even have to get to me. I'll be at the next meeting or whatever it's gonna take. Because a lot of other people came to me about, I don't actually care
I
about the
really
video.
have no problem with that.
Okay.
I had a problem with this all getting beat up.
I agree.
And it
No
was
argument.
nasty.
And I saw that. I have not been paying this close attention. In the last couple of weeks, several people have brought to my attention just how wild the internet has gone on Sugar Shit. I don't know how aware you are, but there's at least a dozen folks just coming.
Well, and we didn't have anybody in this meeting. That all these people were, I was like, there were 2 people in the meeting. You know, so I don't know, but if you will give me the chance to confer with Mr. Johnston, and then it will be.
Seems like an easy solution.
Yeah.
No cost. I mean,
And
It's already
that way,
done by
if people
major
want to see it, they can,
yes, and if they don't, it's their problem.
yeah, and if they don't have a chance to beat us up.
I never liked the Zoom part of it, but that's how y'all set it up. It was COVID. Everyone loves Zoom that week.
Yeah.
Third thing, very simple one, a very positive one.
It was the law, so we had to
Had to go
give
there.
access to
Okay.
everyone for that period.
It was for
So,
COVID.
Yeah,
This for COVID without.
I understand all that, but not having these meetings readily available means I gotta come in, pay $10. Maybe it works. Sometimes the flash drive doesn't work out. I have to come back. Then I'm taking up half her day to do something that she could have done in 3 minutes, like clockwork.
Okay.
All right. Third thing, good one. You are aware of the opioid settlement. There's $700 million at the state level. If you don't, there it is. We just gave out of that fund for District 9, which is Crowley County. We just gave $1.5 million to an organization in Pueblo to make another DARE program. Remember DARE from the 80s? Absolutely worthless program, Friday. Okay. $1.5 million. If you don't know, Fowler probably did it too. The rules to collect free money were complicated, thanks to the tobacco settlement. So no one knew how to use it. They all picked it up. So now the county's got control of it. County and the state have control of it. All you have to do, and I confirmed this a year ago, when I was trying to get this same money, is go tell the county as a council, you got a vote or something like that, that you want that money, about $4,500 a year. The way you use it is one of two avenues. One, you get a, now I'm trying to say it, it's lost my mind. Right. Yeah, I'm skip the word.
Trying to, I know what word you want to say, and I don't know what it is.
I just told you, boy,
You had to ask me that.
at least I'm not dealing with that.
Way younger.
Why I can't think of the words because I'm trying. Anyways, you can either pay someone with this $4,500 grant writer.
Oh, yeah.
You can pay that, take that 4,500 roughly, you can go pay a grant writer. And it was confirmed from the people I was just working that are at the state level now. They're not making it. Take that money, you go to a grant writer, you get that grant writer to write you everything you can. And like you know, on a lucky day, that 4,000 will turn into 20,000. Our firefighters, their gear is subpar. Not for their fault, we need more money. The other avenue, just simply, you guys collect that money, take that $4,500 and you give it to them to buy. It doesn't have to be directly opioid related stuff. Anything we use on a patient that's passed out, it could be anything, oxygen, tools. You understand, a defibrillator, $4,500 every year forever. They said this fund will likely never run out in our lifetime. So if you want to give these guys $4,500 a year or parlay it, and
I can go to the commissioners.
yes, I spoke with Terry probably a year ago on this very subject. They are the ones who told me to come in here and ask you guys for the money, which you saw me do it. If I'm not going, I don't care if I don't, the
Well,
city should get.
I know that Vicky took office yesterday.
I don't know.
Vicky Powell is our new commissioner. She took place on the hospital.
Okay,
And she is all of that stuff.
perfect.
So I will get on her, I will give her a call this weekend.
Okay.
And we will chat.
I believe the next one is like March 6th or something. There's 2 dates from the 3rd month and I think the 9th month of the year. to Put in for stuff, but that may not relate to you if you take it back.
Okay.
Let them do that, but let's not waste $4,500 when,
Yeah, when it's,
well, that recent wreck when they were on the highway out here, there were so many lights from the ambulances that I did not see the worker standing in the middle of the road with his vest on. Now, luckily I knew to look for him, so obviously I didn't hit him.
Yeah.
But if that had been one of these other yokels out here that aren't paying attention or half drunk, they're gonna waylay that guy. We're all dealing with it. So let's get him some better quick.
okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, so. It's great this week. Yeah, something that I'm very important, because grant. It's just.
Cindy,
Yes, ma'am.
you know, I appreciate the need for microphones and that kind of stuff, but I also appreciate the fact that they are gonna cost money that the city doesn't have right now. So I know that you guys have are keeping that in mind.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
I can see about hooking the old microphones back up. It's just that when people talk in them, they're here and the microphone isn't picking up anything. You kind of have to be right here for it to even project any sound out of it.
What about our system?
We have to get microphones for that as well. I mean, we have the same microphones that we have, but again, you have to have them right up to your mouth.
If they're noise canceling, it doesn't have to have them right up at your mouth.
And some of that, honestly, my point was, you guys don't respect and care about our wishes. We don't respect and care about the council and the city. I do understand the city doesn't have money. My husband wanted the job as mayor because we knew the city was exactly in this position where everyone's just now realizing that we knew that months ago. We knew all of these things were a problem and someone was gonna have to fix it. Someone was gonna have to write grants. That's why people without jobs said, hey, we could probably help out. So believe me, we understand. We could have afforded to buy the microphone. So now, since no one cares, we don't care that you have a problem. And I'm sorry that it's that way. I wish y'all could be nicer to us as residents. We would be nice and back. And I don't want to be mean to y'all, but I am in here to represent every person that gets bullied by that council. It's not personal.
And we will, I've got it written down, so.
Thank you. Respectfully, thank you.
And then just real quick, I know that with that sound system, I was told that somebody, I don't know if it was Ron and Eric, were gonna look for a cord for the other microphone to be hooked up, because we didn't have that other cord hooked up into. I don't know, if that's still something,
So we might.
unless I need to
make that happen.
go order it
You know, At
online.
least with our old microphones until maybe we can get everything back and then we can afford something.
Or maybe let's learn what we do and don't have to do. What we are and aren't obligated to share with the community.
Trustee. Jerry,
We've got a spot in the alley up here. Dogs don't have to dig up the sewer main in the morning. They come out and mark it, but, Miss Bowers there,
Where's this at?
Yeah, Carol, 117 Colorado.
right behind Lynette's over here. The alleyway has dropped 8 inches there on the one side of that main. So her sewer's back up into the house. Where it's at, it's very possible that it's the main right there.
okay,
So in the morning,
You think
I'll-
okay.
I actually had a plumber call today. He said he took a snake from the toilet all the way out and there was no plug. That's who called and told us that he thought the pipe was crushed.
his snake was only 50 foot, it's about 70, 80 out there, so.
Why is that so?
Well, it's leaking into the ground. The only question is it our main right there where it's connecting to it, or is it her line that broke off to the
So
side?
it's done this for a while.
It's been doing it for a while. How long, I don't know, but the ground has definitely been pumping there. It's 8 inches.
What
of
size
drop.
is that line?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a 10 or a 12.
Yeah.
But, I don't know for sure. It
What
is
kind of line is that?
probably ceramic, terracotta. What most of it is, but it's the old stuff, which means,
Yeah.
if it is the main, it's a pain in the butt to fix.
Would you?
How about just couplers to get it together? Is that,
It can be
that
done.
might be a whole lot motive.
And you might let Lynette know. Because it might affect her business all.
Well, he, as far as I know, has not complained or had any issues. But it would be, so her line ties in just a little bit south of the Spowers there. I don't think it's gonna affect her because it is up above where Lynette and T put.
And should I just let her know
Is-
anyway that there's something going on?
Is there,
I
is
have her
there,
cell phone.
yeah, there's a,
Okay.
Yeah, no,
no,
there's a manhole 75 foot to the north, and I never could find the closest one to the south. The
So-
next
so maybe-
closest one I know is back here.
so we'll be digging up into the line right there.
Right, which is all I intended to do is dig down to that main out there. Make sure it is not our attachment right there and bury it back up. I think it's her line, but, the way it's settling in the road right there, it dead on top of that thing, so.
Is it gonna be a problem later on? I mean,
You know, that old terracotta stuff, you can always slip plastic inside of
we
it.
don't know when you get that. far.
No, I really won't know nothing. See it. But it is, half of the alley's dropped. And our main runs right center of that. So if it's her, it's within a foot probably of that main.
And I just noticed something. His issue was street. We got it in from that tower leaking.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
part of it.
It's also for the semis keep missing y'all main turn,
Yeah,
and then they make the my street, they even knocked down the power pole. I mean, it wasn't 3 weeks ago, I saw a tractor trailer, you look right in front of Daryl's house, all that chew up, that's where the tires are turning. And then the trees on Iowa, all the roots, the old roots, the trees are no longer there. They've just got, that it's an off-road course. And I get it, y'all have fun, we're not trying to be difficult.
But.
It shouldn't be breaking my car.
It's gotta be good. Okay, yeah, I think you will call them that first thing morning.
think the biggest thing we can do towards getting that fixed is get those audits done. As soon as possible. We have. Well, what, but it's enough to get a tank full of oil and some tip and recover quite a bit.
And Steph has been one of the. It really makes it.
Is there enough to do like we do in Word Bay and dig the machines and put down the ground?
Yes, that's what I was saying. So I priced it last year. They wanted 28 for a tanker for tag oil and enough chips to cover 1 mile.
And I think the county did that.
The county will provide the equipment, but we have to send our maintenance crew with them when they do their chip
Exactly.
sealing for the week and a half that they do. And then when they're done, they will come and help us
There's no
do it.
sense doing it if the road isn't prepared with the base.
Right, you have to base it first and then get everything ready. So,
And the road base is there waiting for us.
right, it's sitting in the pile over there. We need to haul it over here, but, we need those audits done because we can't just afford 28 grand for a tank of a tackle. But if we got that road bridge coming in, it will cover half the town. Dr. Jesus, he guessed would do 95% of our roads if we didn't get too wild with it, so.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
Because you can always come back and.
And he, you know, we got to know. I believe that's it.
Eric, do you have anything?
Not really, other than, I would like to find out what happened to the one-step GPS tracking that's supposed to be in the white Dodge or the silver Dodge pickup.
I actually found that. Somebody found that and gave me the puzzle. So I do have that on my desk.
Where was it?
It was just given to me.
I can
It's
hear
the
you.
track my truck.
Right.
It was just given to me.
You don't know where it was?
I didn't know. It was, here's the thing and put it on my desk, so. I have it. I know where it is now.
yeah, it needs to go back to that
I
truck.
can need your,
Okay. Who do you want to put that in?
Whoever can plug it in, right?
yeah.
Don't you
Yeah,
think
just
they
plug
plug
it
in?
Yeah, I'm gonna be over tomorrow to check out that store
Okay.
anyway, so I'll come through and grab.
The shop. For insurance purposes.
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's up to us. Where is it? Right now.
West End or the dock?
The dog.
Sitting down here for the Memphis Park and the Great Go,
That's the S10.
it was what?
No, the one that Rob drives.
Oh,
Well, it's gold.
yeah, so
Oh, sorry, Gold.
that's what was
Don't
confusing.
somebody go by it,
Oh,
why
what?
it's snowy.
I think he takes it with him.
Huh?
I think he takes it with him. If that's what.
That's totally up to you guys.
Um,
I don't care because everywhere I've ever worked, our guys take their trucks home. But they don't live across the alley either. So, I mean, it's totally up to the three of you what you want to do.
Yeah, it was my opinion, that needs to sit here at least the vast majority. If we need to take it home one evening, maybe or something, okay, but. It could just be that I need to come over here and get there, he'll do something, and if it's at his house.
Well, like the
then-
night of the fire, Crystal couldn't easily gotten
Yeah.
it because she was in
That's
he was
my
in the
reasoning.
backhoe. And we had everybody out. So I think you two were the only two that were out.
Also wondered about insurance,
I think the insurance will cover it because it's
no
covered,
matter where it's
Yeah.
at.
but, yeah, we could have really used it. Block traffic. Nothing else.
It would have been nice.
When you address the plug-in tomorrow, could you address, or do you have a problem addressing that? Alright. Anything else, Eric?
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna go down my list pretty quick. We've already done the my truck. One thing we have put off is having Steven get his CDL. And with only having one CDL driver right now, I think it's imperative that we get Steven into getting his CDL. I know that he's gonna have to go to school. We're probably gonna have to help him. You have to take so many classes now. I called Ventura County, they don't offer classes anymore.
I think it's in Lincoln for public. I'm not sure. I did check on one, but I can check again. That was like a year ago.
Yeah.
But I would sit down and talk to Steve because it was under my impression he does not want to get a CDL. So I'm just saying.
I will talk, I won't be in this Friday, but I don't know, this week is not. good. So I will talk to him the first of next week, but I think we need to give him a deadline. We're kind of in that one now.
We have one person pick up an application. I think it was last week. He hasn't turned it back in yet, and it was for CDL, but driver, but he hasn't turned it in, so. I don't know.
Yeah. We're kind of in a mess. And, you know, he ought to be able to, as a supervisor, you should be able to pick up and do anybody's job and with you. So I really would like for him to get a CDL. But I will talk to him next week and then I will report back to you guys.
Are we prepared to help him get it?
I think we're gonna have to. I mean, we're gonna have to. Because the last that I knew, and this was the truck driving school up in Colorado Springs, was like $8,000.
It's more than that.
Is it?
If the city's paying for that, we're gonna put them under some kind of contract for
I
obligation.
think we need to, he's obligated to work for us.
Good work, Warren.
Yeah. And if he leaves, he has to pay back. Yeah,
Because that's valuable.
exactly, we're investing in his future. So. That's one thing, the diagnostic for the trucks. Did we ever pull that the other day? Because there's a gas leak in one of those trucks.
It says there,
And then, did you find it?
but
Oh,
plugs as well. So, I couldn't find a drop nowhere.
And it doesn't tell you anything other than
Fuel leak, yeah.
Yeah, it's so helpful.
you get into cover.
So
Well,
I think,
yeah, no, it's fuel
I think we could pull
injected,
diagnostics.
high pressure rail.
No way you can do
Yeah, if it was leaking internally, I should at least have low fuel pressure or injector misfired or something.
Unless it's in your regulator, you know.
It could be.
I want to be able to be. I don't want something to happen and we're like, oh, well, we should have checked the diagnostics. So I think if we check, I would start checking it at least once a week. Maybe like on a Wednesday, that way they've had a couple days to run.
we have a handheld diagnostic for the roll.
So the fact my truck is what they're going off of. Eric has a pretty good reader, but we do not have the adapter for the truck. He just looked it up the other day and I think $20 will
my
get us
gosh,
an
I'll find an
adapter for
adapter.
his reader. So we would plug it in there. I trust it a lot more than I do that little dongle thing.
I would even think, that's silly.
I'll be paid for it.
And Gary's got this nifty little thing, you just clip it on your car and it starts your car. Asked me, I had to come start my car the other day.
It would be well worth
It
it,
would.
but
Yeah, to
to
buy it.
actually be able to pull live data.
But again, at least we would know what they're telling us on the track.
Well, right. Reason I have my reticence is because it also said it was getting 2 miles per gallon. But I keep good track of what kind of mileage it gets, and it's got anywhere from 3.4 to 3.8 the whole time it's ever been on the road. So I come in, double checked it, and while it said it was getting 2, it was getting 3.7. So, it's not accurate
That's-
on
that's-
everything.
Doesn't sure this out. Something to get a bid on.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing on the list is, Mr. Fire Chief. We have 3 fire hydrants that need to be fixed. You know which ones they are? One of them is at Joni's corner. Joni. Phillips.
yeah, I knew that one.
That one does not work.
Okay.
We realized that after
Yeah.
we looked up post. If you could get with Eric.
Okay.
Sometime. Because Eric thinks he's got a fix for them while they're still around, so have them pull them clear out. And we'll try that first.
I think Rob had said that one on Journey's corner was shut off, like at the bottom of the pipe, like,
Yeah,
it's fully shut off, like, that's why there was no water.
I'm curious that
I think that Joni's corner. I think somebody did it.
Apparently, it's been needing to be fixed for a while now.
Yeah, we have got to get, that is a safety thing. And
It needs to be readily available.
yeah, we have got to have it. So if you could get with Eric sometime this week, you have time. Okay. Eric,
Yes,
Brandon's gonna get with you about the fire hydrants,
okay,
figure out which 3 it is that need to be fixed.
and then I can do some research and finding out a company or whatever that can come and, I'm thinking it's Western Fire Equipment that we've had here before.
Yeah,
They come in with their little truck and their little trailer with their tools and stuff where you could take the hydrant apart and just repair it right there in the ground.
Yeah.
And not have to remove it. And that would be a lot cheaper and a lot quicker and easier than digging it up and replacing them with the new ones that we have.
and I know that Wayne Walters could come too from Rocky Ford if you can't get a hold of the other ones. That's what Wayne's doing right now is.
Does he have a business or whatever that he runs or just,
Yes. Yeah,
Mm.
that's part of what he does.
okay, so, if you could get me his phone number, I will give him a call. Because that's pretty vital, having these hydrants at work. Because back in the day, we had a hydrant on every corner. When they come through and redid the water lines in town, they put them every other block. You know, so therefore now you got to run a hoseway for 600 feet in order to hit a hydrant.
Well, they had to run hose clear to Jason's house the other night because they couldn't hook into Joni's, which was right there.
Oh, wait, I don't
Right.
think it was off. I think he said it was leaking so much that there's no pressure behind it because some of those meter pits still fill up with water because that's leaking. Something like that. I can't
We'll
remember.
figure it
It's been a couple weeks.
Brandon can turn it on.
If it's off.
Do you have if it is shut off there, can walk off, do you have a water key?
I'm sure they can find one.
Do we not audit our fire hydrants?
Well, the fire department. He's new, so we're gonna give him a break. Huh? Yeah. I think they have been questionable for a while. I know the one at Joni's has been questionable. But it's one of these things that's on my pass and over list that has to be fixed. It's vital that it is fixed,
Agreed.
you know, and we
From my understanding, I
almost
think
missed
we
the
have
boat
them.
on that one.
We have the hydrants, they just need to be installed.
Yeah, there's 3 brand new hydrants in
Yeah.
this panel here. If
I
we
think it
have
was like a
them,
year ago they talked about replacing.
yeah, if we've already got the hydrants. That's the most expensive part. Those are $2,500 a piece.
It's just they need to be
They
fixed.
just need or more. They more now.
They tap it.
Just guessing, I would say to put a new hydrant in with the parts and everything that we would need, the time to dig it up, remove it and replace it, you're probably looking at about 3 to 5 grand. And also too, we need to see about getting some type of a program going with the fire department and the city guy to start going around and flushing the hydrants about every 90 days.
Well, that used to be Janet and Mikey's job, and when they kind of retired, it kind of went to the wayside.
Yeah, well, a lot of the big towns, you know, it falls on the public works. Because then public works knows what don't work and what needs to get fixed. To where the fire department don't have the funds to turn around and fix things, where it falls back on the city.
Well, I think we should work together and get it done. I mean, that's vital. That is a, move to the top of the list thing. So,
Yeah. It's pretty important to be able to have a water to put, you know, put wet stuff on the red stuff.
yeah. Okay, so if Brandon can do that. I got a call the other day from someone here in town, that little white S10 we have down at the, they want to know if it has to go to bid, they want to buy it.
It has to go with it.
Even if it's less than 5,000?
Mhm.
Okay. I think we should do a resolution and make it excess asset or excess
Surplus.
in surplus inventory, thank you. And sell it. I mean, we're not gonna use it for anything.
How do you find out about purchasing that?
What we'll do is we will put a ad in the paper, in the Ordway paper. Well, we have to pass a resolution first that it's surplus inventory. And it doesn't run, does it?
Oh,
Well,
it doesn't.
I can make it, but
it runs for Gary, but not for anybody else.
it
So-
requires some fiddling.
Yeah, you have to be one of those kind of people that can like drive with one arm in the air and, yeah. But, what we'll do is we'll, pass the resolution at the next meeting. We'll put an ad in the paper and we'll also put something up on the window so everybody can see it. And then we'll ask for sealed bids. And then it's a sealed bid. So,
I think we ought to put a sealed bid out there for all the trash trucks and everything down there. Give people a chance to turn around and acquire them if they so wish. If, you know, if
There's nothing that says we have to accept those bids.
yeah, how many do we have?
3.
So I will get Steven to give me like a 1980, blah, 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 blah. And we can do that if you guys want to do that too.
Yeah,
Well, if we could sell them, that'd be some money in our pocket to pay a few bills.
I'll remember that, a cylinder sitting down there cost us nothing, up here at the golf shop, it might be $7,000 or $8,000.
Like exactly what Jennifer Bradshaw said.
It's got to be worth it before you get rid of it. And-
Right.
And who,
So why don't you, before we pass this resolution, why don't you go down and see exactly what we've got? See if anything is usable. You know, some people want it just for the box, you know.
You would want to put a price on it, but the good cylinders, the cost of those things. Or a percentage.
right, maybe just kind of a list of what spare parts are.
Yeah.
And it might be,
Yeah.
help, but, I don't
Do we
see
have-
junk down there, I see $50,000
Or, yeah.
replacement parts.
Do we have some place to
So-
store replacement parts if we take them off?
I think that's why we got the one Connex,
Right.
and they could put the shelving units where you already did on the short.
Exactly, we don't have enough shelves to do it all, and they've never finished moving everything, but that was kind of the goal in the first place. You take what parts you might use off, you label them, you put them back, and then you sell off the crap that's left.
Yeah.
But just that main ram cylinder is almost $12,000 if we have to replace it, so.
Okay, so if you could do that
So
in your spare time, so you don't do anything else.
So if you took off the parts that are that valuable, there's a lot of heavy scrap now.
Exactly, right, it's still gonna weigh a lot
Yeah.
in scrap. But I just hate to get rid
That's
of a
fine.
part and then turn around and have
That's
to
fine.
fight for more than what we got on our whole deal.
So we'll talk about the trash trucks. We'll for sure do the S10. Go ahead and do that one.
Well, the other Dodge is another one kind of like that. It has a few parts on it that we might use, but other than that, it's pretty much junk too. So it probably ought to be in that list
We
too.
might have Rob Jane take off some of the parts that you use. And then go ahead and sell it.
It was mostly war flat out and the one, but
And let's see. And I got a call from David, Pam. They're cleaning up Gary's mess. They're trying to get through the abatements with the asbestos right now, which I'm sure I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. It's gonna be a nightmare. Yeah.
Bristol said it was already tested and it passed, but it
Did
did
it
not.
pass?
Yeah, they got the results today.
Oh, good. Thank
that's
you.
good.
So they've been cleaning up and he's wanting to put a trailer in. And at first I was like, ooh, because I know we're kind of stickler for that. But these trailers are coming from Craig Schreiber in Orland, that owns JR's, the own trailer park. He completely goes in and redoes it. He does a beautiful job. He puts a pitched roof on them. He completely does all of the rewiring and he becomes set it.
That's good.
I know there's an ordinance, it can't be over 15 years old.
Yeah.
Y'all stop other people.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask, and he said that they're just kind of trying to plan right now to see what they could do. So I will call David and let him know if it's more than 15 years old and we can't do it. A variance is really nothing more than a resolution. Do it, but, just start thinking about that, because they're ready to.
But you give a variance on it.
Well,
you gotta
If
explain
it's
to
not
the
more than
next
15
person
years
why
old, he
they
doesn't
can't
need a
have it.
variance, right?
Correct.
But if they're done right,
And he might have,
and if they pass code, they're better than some of the houses that's sitting here right now.
yeah. So hopefully,
Sure, that we have our rules for a reason.
yeah,
Yeah, how do
so,
you regulate that later? Like, who lets someone put it in now? Let's say
Yeah,
5 years from now. or 2
it's
years.
setting bad precedents to let
Yeah.
somebody do that.
It's just, depends on what it is.
So we'll see, hopefully he has one that's not 15 years old yet. So but he's got some nice trailers. They are nice. With their single wides. And Gary doesn't want anything really big, but I suggested a tiny house, but
Did it have
I
an
do
insurance at
too.
all?
huh?
Did it have an insurance at all?
No. And the house was made out of old ammunition boxes. So, yeah.
As your resolution set right now, the tiny house does not use the square footage of the permitted businesses.
That's not gonna be easy.
What about a tiny house with a big porch?
I think that most definitely we can, but that's beside the point, and there's a square footage requirement right now. It shouldn't really be up. 1250, 1300, something like that. It's big.
That's not that much.
It's pretty big, and I don't think it's necessary, but, you know, that's what the rules as of this minute, but,
I don't think that's the thing.
that's not what the new one says, so the new one is not adopted yet, and therefore,
Well,
So by that time, it might be all right.
it's been coming for 4 years
4
now,
years,
and it's
we're
not
working
here yet. I'm just saying, you know.
I don't know if
the new code has restriction, I'm looking right now.
It does not have a square footage restriction, but I
I was
saw,
just checking to see if it had that 15-year requirement on trailers.
I don't remember seeing it either, but, it did have in there, trailer parks had to be zoned in and everything.
Well, it's just something to think about. I mean, he's just trying to figure out which way they want to go.
So
So,
maybe he needs to know what they're going to
yeah, so as soon as we get
before he
that,
can go with hazard.
and that's all I have for right now. The rest of the stuff I can. prepare later. So. Do we have anything else? Anybody have anything else?
I did want to comment on the phones not being answered.
Yeah.
Because we're down to 2 people in the office, if I'm on the phone and she's waiting on a customer, sometimes you can't answer every phone call.
Roll to voicemail. See, I always just call your cell phone.
Right,
I don't
but
know.
customers can't do that.
No, they can't
But
do that. They don't
I
have that
mean-
luxury. But-
we tried, I mean, you saw sitting in here on Friday,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, back and forth, but I tried, you know, Kayla tries. If she's not in, it's even worse.
Because I don't know. Who they're listening.
It is not, sometimes I would have, and this is not a lie, 100 voicemails a day. It would take me, because people are just repeating, and I have to go through each one, it would take me 2 hours sometimes to go through voicemails.
And at least half of those would be people who let it ring to voicemail and didn't realize, and then quickly hung up, but there's still that 5-second clip of them not hanging up.
But listen to
Yeah,
all
but listen
that.
to it to make sure that they didn't
And
say
I'm already struggling with time.
So we'll look at that and see if they,
There's a better way to do that.
yeah, that was, well, that's why we got the new phone system was because it was supposed to roll with voicemail. But if it's just rolling to voicemail and they're just leaving empty air,
Well, I put on there, please try calling back.
Yeah.
Like, I changed it because I'm like, just, if you can't, we're experiencing high call volumes, if you can just call back, call back.
should put them on hold, like we do when we can electric company. Please hold the next available operator. will be
That would
with
be
you
great.
soon.
I don't think ours has, maybe it does have that capability. I don't
We're
really
just
know,
not
but could you
familiar with
imagine
them enough.
how many people would be on hold?
Oh my God.
I mean, if we could get somebody to just answer the
In the
phone.
queue, you're number 35 in the queue.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be terrible.
That would be
And then
horrible.
you have like the customers who just want to talk for like half an hour.
Yeah, so it's terrible.
Okay, so if we don't have anything else, we'll, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Vicky, were you able to get it switched over to when you call out, it says Town of Sugar City?
They only let you use so many
Like
characters, so it
15
says Sugar
characters.
City.
So it says Sugar City.
But it does say Sugar City.
Yeah, it
Okay, that's
finally
fine,
went
that's
through,
fine.
yeah.
I haven't called lately, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
I called my phone to check it and it says Sugar City, Colorado.
That is
so-
important.
Yeah, I need somebody to second it. Thank you.
Second,
Hey, Gary.
All in favor?
aye.
friend.
I'm leaving one that